Good morning, welcome to Nanny Moon's Crochet. I'm Sally, and today I believe it's the 5th of February 2024. Gosh, I can't believe we're already in February. January's just come and gone as quick as ever. Hope everyone's well. Now, just quickly today, I wanted to just talk about my temperature blanket. I know I showed it last week, and I'm doing a row a day. So since last week, I've only done 7 rows. So I've only done this much. So that's how it's looking so far. Temperatures have been pretty constant. The reason I'm just showing it today, I won't show it every week because it won't look much different. But one of my subscribers, Mr. Pippin, reminded me that this year is a leap year. So I've mentioned twice, I think now, I've got to do 365 rows, but obviously not. I've got to do 366 rows. So thank you for that. Thank you. I did remember it was I knew it was a leap year, but when I kept saying I've got to do 365 days, it just slipped my mind at the time that it was a leap year. So thank you, Mr. Pippin, for that, for reminding me. We'll have that extra day this month in February. So with this, I'm using all Stylecraft DK, Stylecraft Special DK. The reason I use this a lot, and I try and just, I know I've got lots of other makes and thicknesses, but the reason I use this one, it's 100% acrylic and it's naturally anti-pilling. But I think the main reason, you can machine wash it and you can tumble dry it, which I think is brilliant. So if you're doing anything from blankets to wearables, and it's very, very soft. So for baby items as well, it's really good. And you have 295 meters, 322 yards. Like I said, it's a 3-weight. It's double knitting, and you can use a 4mm hook or 4mm knitting needles. And that colour is saffron, and it's made for Stylecraft in Turkey, and it's 100 gram. And from the Wool Warehouse, it's cost £2.20. £2.20? Is it £2.20? Yeah, I'm sure it's £2.20. So I've got lots of beautiful colours. As the temperatures warm up, as it gets warmer, we'll be putting the yellows and the oranges. These are the warmer colours. That's if it's quite hot, which we don't always get very, very hot in the UK, but you never know. Might get into those this summer. So that's coming along nicely. I've got 300, started with 300 chain, and I'm doing the moss stitch, which is in US terms, it's single crochet 1, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 1, all along, chain 1 and turn. And it wasn't a pattern I followed, it was just that stitch. And I just started with, I think you're going to start with, I'm sure you're going to start with an even number of stitches, chain. So that's that. We'll put that to the side. And next, last night I just, I'd caught up with my temperature blanket. I'd done my little animal, and I just fancied doing something really quick. And I've been sorting all out my yarn. I've been trying to put it in the right places, sort it all out. And I came across this. It's James C. Brett Flutter by Chunky. And I thought, oh, what beautiful colours, look. This is 100 gram. It's made in Turkey for James C. Brett. chunky. It's 175 meters, 192 yards, 100% super soft polyester. It's machine washable, but do not tumble dry. And you can use a 6mm hook. I've had this a while, so I'm not. I think it was about £4, £3.75, £4, something like that. But I've had it quite a while, so not 100% sure. And I was also sorting through my patterns. I've got hundreds of patterns, ones that I've printed off, ones that I've bought, and I just happened to come across this. It's a King Cole, and it's talking about the yummy yarn. Have I got any yummy? I've just got a little tiny bit. This is King Cole Yummy. It's very much like the Flutterby and all the others. King Cole Yummy. So that was the yarn for upside down for that, but I actually used the Flutterby, and I just happened to look at that. I thought, oh, they're lovely, and I thought that this colour, this greeny bluey, I thought, oh, that'd be lovely to do the jellyfish. So I just did that. I got some googly eyes, and it said to you, oh no, it didn't say use googly eyes. I just found these, so I thought, oh, I'll use those. And that's my little jellyfish. It didn't take long to do at all. These take the longest. I thought, oh, I might hang it on a little little thin, like fishing wire or something, and have it dangling. That'd be nice. Have it dangling in my ceiling. That I thought that'd be nice. Could do a few of the others and have it as like a little seahorse. That's beautiful. That looked quite easy to do. Could you get some fishing line and just hang it so it looks like they're just floating along? That might be quite nice. Right, now let's have a look at my notes. Yes, done me. Right, now I'll move on to the Cal Crochet-along that Litza from Coco's Crochet is doing. What she's doing, every 2 weeks she's drawing an item. The first 2 weeks we did little cup cozies, I've shown those, and the last one she drew was headbands or ear warmers. So last week I showed you that I'd done these two, already shown you those. So these were with super chunky, and they were a pattern. I've showed you them before. Let me see if I can find what the pattern was. The pattern was by Cozy, COZ-E Creations. So they were really easy. They were really nice to do. So I showed you those last week. I've done those two. Then I'd half done this one, but I finished it now. So it's back loops only. Back loops only. And I did this in, this was in this, it's hard to see, but it's what it is. It's Woolcraft and it's Pebble Chunky. This was a 200-gram ball. It's 6mm hook, machine machine wash and tumble dry. Beautiful colour. Doesn't say the colour, it's just a shade 8079. Oops, avalanche there. Oh, sure, it's where does it say where it's made? No, it doesn't say where it's made. So, and that because it's that's really nice. And this was a pattern by the Crochet Cabin, and she's got lovely patterns on her YouTube channel. But she did a tutorial, the Crochet Cabin. So I did that one. And then what's next? Then I found a pattern, and it's by Creative Grandma, and it's called the Quick and Easy Headband. So where did she use this yarn? She used cotton, might have been Hobie. This is Rainbow 84, 100% cotton from Hobie. Beautiful pink. And it's 100% cotton, 50 gram, 170 meters, 186 yards. Oh, it's a super fine one. Yes, because she used really fine thread. So I thought I'd use this. It's you can machine wash it. You use a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter hook. So that's very fine, look. So what I did, like I said, this pattern is by Creative Grandma, and I thought as it was the very pale pink, I got the head size of Little Hope, little granddaughter, and did it to her measurements. It does stretch a little bit, look. And then this is the pattern. Little button. Like I said, it's by Creative Grandma, and it just looked a bit plain. I think she was thinking they were for good if you did market stalls or fairs, things like that. They were quick and easy to make, but it just looked a bit plain for Little Hope. So I thought with Valentine's Day coming, I'd also got this Rowan Summer Light DK, this deep pink. I didn't want red, but I got the deep pink. So the heart is by Hooked by Robin, and it's so simple, the heart. It's a really, really easy pattern, and that's just really took a couple of minutes to do that. So I just thought that was cute. That's for little baby Hope. So I can post that. And then I thought I'll just do one more headband. So this pattern is by Jada in Stitches, and it's called the Falling, where is it? The green, Falling Leaves ear warmers and headband. And I think there's also did you do a scarf and gloves to match? But let's have a look which is the right way. Yeah, that's the right way. So she told you to start, I think it was 84 chain, and when I did that it was so big. I've got a large head. I really have got a big head, because when my daughter got married, me and my daughter went to it was a friend of ours, and she was an actual milliner. She made hats, and she was a lovely lady, and she'd got beautiful hats. So I tried a couple on, and I know my hair is very thick, but they wouldn't stay on. They didn't fit my head at all. And she measured my head, and she said, oh, sorry to say, but like me, and she was exactly the same, she said, you've got just a big head. And she'd only got 2 or 3 hats that she'd made that were for large, all the normal average hats just didn't fit at all. It just popped off and dropped off. So so that was an actual milliner that made hats that told me I'd got a big head. So and plus my thick hair, there was no chance. Anyway, so I've got a big head. So I got the chain and wrapped it, and it was really loose. And I thought, that's going to be way too big for everybody else. If it's big for me. So I cut the stitches down. It's a multiple of 3. So I cut the stitches right down, and I thought, and off the chain just fit round my head. I thought, oh, that'll be better. But then as I started doing the stitches, it was really small. It actually, with working them, it must have pulled them together somehow. So actually, it's probably more like a little child's size now. So I'll probably send this for my great niece. She likes headbands. She likes wearing hair accessories. So I'll probably send. But it's a lovely pattern. It's called the Falling Leaves, and it was really easy to do. Really easy. I know it looks hard, but Jada in Stitches is one of the channels I followed her along that really taught me how to crochet and how to do all the different stitches. And I notice at the moment she's got a real basic beginner's guide, a little beginner's guide to crochet, starting from just chaining. So that's it's really helpful for anybody that's just starting. So anyway, I've done that, and what I did that, I've got this. I don't know. It's Karen Simply Soft, 100% acrylic, 6 ounce, 170.1 gram, 315 yards, and 288 meters. It's Yarnspirations. I can only think I must have had this off Amazon, or I could have had it off the Yarnspirations website, because we don't have this in the UK, so I must have ordered it off Yarnspirations, I'd have thought. But it feels it's soft. It's very soft. It's soft, simply soft, as it says. But it looks a little, I don't know. I really like it to work. It really worked well with that. Yeah, it's very silky and soft, but they've got some nice colours. I quite enjoyed working with that. So I've got that one, the green one, the red one, the pink one, and the white one. So I'll be sending Litzer a photo of those, because is it next Saturday she draws another category? Yes, next Saturday she'll be drawing another category. So go over and check her channel. She's lovely, and she's doing loads of interesting things at the moment, crochet-alongs, and she's really nice lady from Australia. So you'll like her. I'll link her channel in the description box. So we've talked about that. Now we'll talk about the little animal. Where's the book? It's a rainy day out today. It's really drizzly rain and grey. Horrible. Now every week I'm going to do a little animal. Anybody that's new to the channel, I'm working through this book. I know a lot of people have this book. I think it's one a lot of people have got. And we start with Alex the alligator, Betty the bear. Then we come down to Callie the cat, Dash the dog, Edward the elephant, Freddy the fox, Ginger the giraffe, and it goes all through the alphabet till you get to Xena the zebra at the bottom. And last week I'll draw from my little mug that my daughter bought me. All the ones are in there. and we drawed out Max the monkey. And here he is, Max the monkey. Now it took quite a while to do, really, because you got colour changes. That's nothing much, but you have this little inner ear that you sew onto the outer ear. You've got the muzzle. This is separate. The eyes are separate. The muzzle's separate. The little tail you sew on afterwards. Now it's very strange, I have to tell you. For most of the animals, I'm using Stylecraft Special Aran, because in the book it says use a 4 weight, which is worsted weight. In America they call it worsted weight. And our Aran, I think, is just a little tiny bit thicker than the number 4. Only a smidgen, but a little bit thicker. Stylecraft Special Aran, and this colour was dark brown. And I'll just go through the specs. 100% acrylic, naturally anti-pilling. You can use a 5mm hook, and you can wash and tumble dry. So that colour's dark brown, and we used this one, which was parchment. So those are the two colours. Did exactly the same. We've used a 4mm crochet hook, parchment and dark brown, 12mm eyes, and you used an 18mm nose, but they told you to turn it upside down. So that's what we did it that way. So did everything the same, and this should have measured the same. We did Katie the kangaroo, not last week but the week before, and most of the little animals like this, they have a basic body, and the arms and the legs are basically the same pattern. It's just the head or the different features that come differently. Anyway, this should have been 10 inches tall and 8 inches wide, which is what most of them should be. Now, if you remember, I did Katie the kangaroo. Isn't she cute? I think at some point I must do a little tiny baby one to put in there, because I just think that'd be a cutesy little baby kangaroo peeping out, little Joey. Anyway, can you see the size difference? Whether I just didn't stuff the monkey enough, and I'd really stuffed that well, but it seemed stuffed enough at the time. But the size is just so much difference. There's so much difference in the size. But very strange. But anyway, I love how they stand up. Anyway, that's little Max the monkey. I think he's very cute. Little Max. And it was easy enough to do. It was just sewing on all the little bits, which I actually don't mind sewing on the little pieces. I quite like, I may be a bit weird, but I quite like sewing in ends and sewing on the pieces. I think when you've crocheted pieces, I crochet all the pieces first and then sew them all on. And I think when you've took the time to crochet neatly and try and get it the best that you can, and then if you just rush the sewing up, or if you don't do it properly, it's ruined the whole look of your project. And I think that's a shame. The finishing off, to me, is as important as doing all the pieces. So anyway, this is my little mug, as I say every week. It was off my daughter Emma. Thank you, Emma. And I'm going to draw next week's animal. Oh gosh, hope it's probably not too many little pieces to sew on, but you never know. It just took longer. I didn't mind doing it, it just took longer. So here we are. I've got one picked out, and this is Unica the unicorn. Oh my gosh, that's quite a lot to that one, I'm sure. Unica the Unicorn, page 105. The body's not too bad, it's all that. And there she is. Yeah, the body's all, you see, in this book, the body, the arms and the legs, it's almost the same pattern. So in that respect, it's quite easy. You're doing the same. The only thing different, the heads are mostly the same, but the muzzles or the ears, and obviously the horn, and that this bit's gonna take the longest. All those little hair, like with me little twirly whirlies, like with my little octopus. It's the little twirly whirlies that take take the time, but that's okay. She's beautiful. Unica. Try and cover up some of the pattern, but she's called Unica the Unicorn. So that'll be next week, so I'll have to get on with that, with all them little curly cues to do. Hope everybody's excuse me, hope everybody's doing well. Hope you all have a good week, and welcome to my new subscribers. It's lovely to see up to 131 subscribers, so I'm really excited that my channel's growing. And please don't forget to thumbs up, because that really helps my channel, and subscribe if you'd like to, and come back. I've got a little Temu haul. I've got one little bag, and I've got another little bag coming, so if that comes, I shall do that in the week, and then I shall do Frog It or Finish It Friday. So yes, Friday. Don't think I've got anything else in the week. Just like I said, maybe a little Temu haul. If that other little part comes, it should do. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye. Love you. Bye.